I'm going to try to squeeze in this in 3 minutes. Page and a half.
Go for it.
It's called, it's a perversion or a diversion of the Cinderella story. It's called The Footman. Yo, Cinderella, he says, what's all this about pumpkins and mice? I mean, you tell me. Tell me about the mice. It's Cinderella, Footman, and don't worry, the FG has it covered. I've seen how fairy tales go, he says. Have a little faith, she says. The Footman's faith. I believe in the wheels of the carriage. I believe in the obedience of horses well trained. I believe brothers and sisters are capable of surprising kindness and unspeakable bad taste. I don't know what to make of this fairy godmother. I'll tell you this, says Cinderella. The sooner you get this ex-pumpkin packed and ready, the better your chances. He rubs his coarse chin, says, it's coming clear to me. Prince, slipper, princess, she says dreamily. In a world of actors and props, he says, I want to be an actor. Ashes, wand, castle, she sings. He places his hand on his beating chest. Man, clock, mouse. Several tick-tocks later, the footman steps upon the carriage and addresses his fellow footmen. I need your full attention. What's that, they say, and aren't we handsomely adorned? Look at me, says the taller of the two. Look, I have arms and legs. Where did we come from, says the other, rolling in a field of buttercups. We come from the imagination, says the footman. He leaps off the carriage. Don't you see the precariousness of our existence? If she, you mean Cinderella, they say? She's so pretty. Yes, of course, but we love her new outfits. Yes, but if she hooks up at the ball and she's not out of there by midnight, is she punctual, they say? I don't know, he says. The tall one examines his fingers. He claps his hands, palms against palms, and again knuckles against knuckles. He laughs. The other, lying on his belly with his handsome head propped in his hands, looks up. If you're talking about non-being, he says, that's not a subject I wish to talk about. You want to spoil our good mood, they say. Spoiler, they say, you're a ruiner. The footman kicks the wheel of the carriage. He shouts, I'm talking about not being men. The footman's faith. To be a man is to be fully alive. To be fully alive is to be fully imagined. But who will imagine me? What do you propose we do, they say, as if we wanted to hear. The footman thinks, we can't let this ship go down. Help me flip the carriage onto its side. Great idea, says the tall one. Not, says the other. The tall one raises his hand for a high five. The other, misunderstanding, cowers in the grass. Then I'll do it myself. The footman squats and grips the spokes. He takes a deep breath. Enter the fairy godmother in a glistening bubble. It's mighty late, she says. Oh dear, says Cinderella, how do I look? Oh dear, says the fairy godmother. I enjoy fulfilling promises, but I sure don't like the part about consequences. There's still hope, asked Cinderella. For you, yes. For you, of course. Cinderella sighs charmingly. The footman heaves and groans. His face goes pink, then red, then purple. He grunts, he gasps, what about me? Well, says the fairy godmother, if you were smarter, richer, jollier, more archetypal. The footman lifts with all his might, but the carriage will not turn. He slumps to the turf, and soon he passes out. And many tick-tocks later, his fellow former footmen scurry beneath the sagging pumpkin and sniff at his whiskers. And there's a footnote. Not one of the many sources which gave rise to our modern Cinderella registers the complaint of the footman, but the pitiful sounds of his last gasps have, on occasion, been reported by little girls with big hearts.